Well, good evening and welcome back to 5-Minute Theology, where I try and explain some theological concept in 5 minutes or less. If you've been following these videos, you'll know that we're in a series through the gifts of the Spirit and those particular special gifts given by the Holy Spirit to the Church. And we're going to look today at the gift of healing, hopefully a little less controversial than some of the ones we've looked at so far, but still plenty to fill our 5 minutes. So without further ado, I'm going to start my timer going. We are, and let's talk about the gift of healing. Here's the list of gifts we've been working at. God has placed in the church, first of all, apostles, second, prophets, third, teachers, then miracles, then gifts of healing, of helping, of management, and of different kinds of tongues. We're going to look today at the gift of miraculous healing. Now, this isn't the first time that that's come up in the Bible. Of course, Jesus healed very often. Interestingly, actually in Mark chapter 1, Jesus has been healing so much that there's a crowd there clamouring for healing. And Jesus' response is to slip away at night so he can go somewhere else and preach. Because for him, the healing was secondary. What came first was the preaching, the telling people about God. The healing was there to support that and not the other way around. And we'll come back to that later. Simon Peter, healed the crippled man and the temple gate, and many others in Acts, as did Paul. Often when he went to a city, he would end up healing people. And we're told that they were so greatly used for healing that even Paul's handkerchiefs were being taken to sick people in the hope that that would see them healed. James, in his letter in the New Testament, tells the elders of the church to visit and pray for somebody who is sick, that they may be healed. And of course in Corinthians, as we've seen, Paul mentions it as a specific gift for some people, that they may have a gift of miraculous healing. Now in the early church, after the time of the apostles, there were very few reports of healing, so much so that people started to suggest that it might have been a gift only for the apostles. But then, bit by bit, different people down the ages started to be associated with miraculous healings, and many of them were later declared saints. The gift reappeared on a larger scale, let's say, in the 20th century, with the charismatic revival and a revival of interest in the gifts of the Spirit. And there were many reports of quite dramatic miraculous healings, even to the point of resurrection. More recent years have been marked, I think, by the relative absence of the gift and by issues with the abuse of it. Now, of course, people are still healed and healed miraculously in response to prayers, but the kind of things we were seeing 50 years ago, where one individual would see thousands of people healed by their touch, that seems to be much rarer, and people debate as to why it is. We also see a lot of abuse. There's been plenty of exposés of fake faith healers who manipulate people or fake their cures. And I suspect the two go together, actually, because where a gift is abused, God will take it away. I wonder if we're seeing the gift of healing less often these days because we have in the past misused it, made it about the show, about the drama, about the world, catching the world's excitement, instead of using it to build up the church and to point people to God, as Jesus used it, as the apostles used it. So there is a right place for the gift of healing. And I think that right place is found in it, using it for its real purpose. The gift of healing is not so that we can show off or look impressive, get the television cameras on us. It's not so that we can escape the inconvenience of going to the doctor or taking our medicine. It's given as an exceptional grace, either in response to a lot of prayer or through the ministry of a particular chosen individual. And it's nearly always as a witness to the power of God and to the truth of what is preached about him. So our attitude to it has to be one of humility, that this is not something special about you if it's your gift, but it's something God has lent to you to use, and to use not to big yourself up, but to point people towards him. And as with any gift, of course, we're told not to covet other people's gifts, however dramatic or spectacular they may be. but to work out what our gift is and to use it. So whoever you are, wherever you may be in your faith, have a think, what are the gifts that God might have given you or might be wanting to give you? And whatever your gift is, use it. Use it cheerfully, use it diligently, use it with gratitude, but use it not for yourself, but to build up God's people and to bear witness to his truth and bring glory to him. That's time for me. I will pause there. Of course, there's a lot more to be said about this, as there are with everything we talk about on 5-Minute Theology. But hopefully this will be a good starter, a good taster to get us thinking. Please do reflect upon it. Please do leave a comment if you wish to, if there's something you wish to ask about. And please do come back next time for some more 5-Minute Theology. God bless.